Hi, a very good morning to everyone. This Sunday morning itself, it's a pretty hot day, so let's get started with our Pilates workout. If you do get dehydrated quite easily because it's quite warm today, then please make sure that you have a water bottle close to you, okay? So if you are quite new to Pilates, then I would actually ask that you do watch the previous videos because a lot of my cues are based on very specific Pilates cues. So it'd be good to actually start from foundations itself. So if you haven't watched the previous videos, the basic ones, then I invite you to kind of like look through the Serai Community Club videos and search for the Pilates one. Okay, so for friends who are always online with me, and I know there's quite a few of you, every Sunday, thank you for joining me and for inviting me into the sanctuary of your homes to allow me to actually work out with you. My name is Felicia. Let's get started, shall we? So we're going to stand with our feet underneath our pelvic bones. This is called 3-foot centers and hip width apart. Hands gently rested by the side of the hips, then maybe just starting to just sense the ground with both feet. Sometimes, unknowingly, we might actually be putting more weight on one side than the other. So it would be also a good idea to just notice if you're kind of putting a little bit more pressure on the base of one foot. And sometimes it's hardly noticeable because we're so used to it. But just allow your body to stand up tall. Just feel. So gravity is pulling us down every day. So we are training the muscles to lift us upright. Okay, get ready. Inhale, arms all the way up. Then exhale, pressing down. That's it. So I want you to move your arms energetically up towards the sky. Then exhaling, pressing down. Keep going like this. So as I was mentioning in many of my videos before this, that it's so easy to teach movement, but what's really difficult is for us to just be a little bit more inward looking in terms of being able to feel into the sensations of our body. So at this point of time, just allowing the arms to energetically lift up. So you don't want to bloat the ribs. So I'm standing side on. If you're starting to bloat the ribs forward, I ask that you stand up tall as you just lift your arms. And friends who find it quite difficult early in this morning to kind of lift the arms up, then please take a gentle one with elbows bent, not an issue at all. Okay? One more time here. Inhale, arms all the way up, then exhale. So if you have a wall that you can actually access, please go ahead and step onto the wall. For me, this backing is actually my wall. Okay? So I'm going to start to sweep my arms up, palms facing forward. Lengthen my arms up. So I'm leaning my shoulder blades back onto the wall, then elbows to bend in a cactus shape, then bring it back down again. Okay? So sweep the arms all the way up. Cactus your arms, elbows bend, then hands coming down by the side. If you're kind of still searching for a wall, don't worry, we'll wait for you. We'll do a couple more times. But the idea is there, okay? Then bring it down. You're going to start to realize that with a wall, because you can't actually cheat in that sense, you will start to feel a bigger stretch through your shoulders. Then you want to start to introduce that breath, the inhale through the nose, the exhale through the mouth. Keep going. You got 2 more here. Sweeping the arms up. Then bending the elbows, cactus, bring it down. Last one here, inhale, arms up. Now as you exhale, press your hands down forward, stay here. Now palms facing towards each other, hold it here, starting to just allow the shoulder blades to touch the wall, breathe well. One more breath in here. Then as you exhale, hands by the side of the hips. Now I'm going to turn side on. So I'm going to face towards the top of the mat, which is in this direction. Okay? So I'm going to step towards the top of the mat, slowly stepping the left leg back, left heel off the mat. Just like this. Okay? Now slowly bending into both knees, starting to just kind of feel that weight on the ball of your left foot, but pressing into 3-foot centers of your right foot. So keep it slightly bent. You don't have to go down too low. You don't even need a super wide stance. So not this, but a slightly gentler one. So the ability for you to kind of tuck your belly in, tailbone under, becomes a little bit easier. So I'm going to show you why that is easier. If your stance is really wide, It's hard to tuck your tail under. It's still possible, but it's a little harder. So I want you to try with a little bit of a shorter stance first, so you can actually have your belly hugging in, but your tail tucking under. Hold it here. Then sweep both arms all the way up. Exhale, hands coming down by the side. Can we sweep the arms backwards? That's it. Then pressing down in front of you. 2 more here, breathing. So just introducing a little bit more heat into your arms and also your legs if they're bent. Last one here, sweeping arms all the way up. Then exhaling, pressing down. That's it. Step it forward, right foot back, left foot forward. Again, bend the back knee slightly so that you can actually tuck your tail under, scooping your belly, hugging your ribs in towards the midline. Okay? Inhale, arms up. Then exhale, as you exhale, press your arms down in front of you. Keep going like this. Then if you can actually sweep your arms behind your shoulders, please go ahead, do so. If you can't, it's okay to make the movement smaller. Remember, sometimes workout actually is what you feel in your body, not what you see on the outer shell of your body. One more breath in here. Then exhale, hands coming down. That's it. Now stepping forward, shake it out. Get ready for Pilates roll down. So I'm going to step towards the middle of my mat. Inhale. And then as you exhale through your mouth, chin towards your chest, trying to peel the back of your scalp off an imaginary wall. Soften your knees. Slowly roll down. So imagine the crown of the head has a weight attached to it. You're allowing the head to just bow down. Then slowly picking yourself back up again. Lower spine, mid-spine, upper spine, back of your scalp. Take a breath in through your nose. Then as you exhale, chin towards chest again. Scoop that belly in. So ribs lifting away from the hips. Then just allowing yourself to just bow forward. Please press into all 3 foot centers. Then slowly roll out. If you're not too sure what 3 foot centers are, again, revisit the basic videos that I've actually come up with in the past few weeks, all right? One more breath in here. Exhale, chin towards chest. You're starting to scoop that belly in, soften the knees, allowing the head to just gently fall towards the ground. Then slowly rising back up. Great work. Now shoulder roll back. Make it big. Shoulder roll forward. That's it. So we're going to do 1 backwards, 1 forward. So shoulder roll back. Then shoulder roll forward. Keep going like this. So if you look around my mat, I have 2 blocks with me, the green ones that you see right in the front, at the front of the mat. So if you do have blocks, it would be a good idea to always bring them along with you. If you don't have blocks, then I do recommend that you can actually substitute it with very thick books, or even some people were telling me that they can actually substitute with, you know, the water bottles that you drink from, the disposable plastic ones. So you can actually fill them up with water so they have certain kind of a weight. Then you have 2 of them, okay, of the same height, preferably. All right, one more time here. Shoulder roll. That's it. Great work. Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, palms pressing back down. Chin in towards your chest. Keep breathing as you roll down. That's it. Now we're going to bend our knees, plant our palms down onto the mat, then drop our knees down into tabletop position. Now staying here, all 10 fingers spread out wide. Inhale to arc the spine. Exhale to round the spine. That's it. Inhale again to arc the spine. Breathing in through your nose. Then the exhale to send the air out of your lungs as you exhale out through your mouth. Keep going. You got 2 more times here, just to make sure that you warm up your spine. Nice. One more breath in here. Great work. Then as you exhale, come back to neutral spine, which means that it is a flat back. Okay? So all 10 fingers spread out really wide. I want you to send all 4 corners of your palms in towards the mat. You're going to slowly stretch your right leg out towards the back of the mat, point the toes. If you feel that it's quite unstable here, you can tuck your left toes under. This may help you to gain a little bit more support. All right, up to you. If your hips is pointing towards the right side, I ask that you lower the right hip down. So the hips are kind of facing down towards the ground instead of out towards the right side. If you're quite stable here, reach your left fingers forward. If you find that you cannot maintain balance here, then I invite you press your left palm back down, okay? Now, friends with left hand, reaching out forward, right toes, reaching back. You're going to stretch as much as you can, lengthen, extend. Then as you exhale, knee and elbow coming back in, rounding the spine. Inhale again, reach and extend. Exhale, rounding in, knee and elbow to touch. Friends with palms on the mat, just move the right leg. Then exhale, crunching the belly in, knee in towards your nose. So the movement is not just led through the legs. It is also a movement through the spine. You know how we did the arc spine and a rounded spine? We are introducing that with this movement. So make sure you're not just moving your limbs, you're also moving that spine, arcing and rounding. That's it. You got one more time here. Come into extension. Maybe arcing slightly. Exhale, rounding in. Now palm flat down to the mat, knee back down. Child's pose, just for 2 breaths here. The next time you inhale, shift yourself back up again. This time, left leg stretches all the way back. Remember, hips pointing down instead of towards the left. Hug the belly in instead of arcing the spine. So this is not what I want. I want the belly to hug in. Then reaching your right fingers forward if you feel that this is quite stable. So if you're sinking into your left shoulder blade, please pull your chest away from the mat, okay? Then feel that extension, that length through your right fingertips and your left tiptoes. As you exhale, knee and elbow to touch. That's it. Coming back to extension again. Exhale, knee and elbow to touch. Friends who have the right palm down, same thing, just move the left knee in towards your nose, around the spine, crunching that belly in. So that left palm on the mat, make sure all 5 fingers spread out wide, rooting into your finger pads as well. Keep going. You got 3 more here. Please make sure you're breathing, because once you hold your breath, it might be a sign that you are overdoing whatever that you're doing right now. And it's always a good thing to just notice if you can actually marry breath and movement, so it becomes a little bit more efficient. Last one here. Now palm down, knee down. This time drop down to your forearms. Okay, from here, shift the hips in circles. So one clockwise, come back towards the middle. Next one, anti-clockwise. If you're looking forward, please look down at the ground. So the back of the neck is nice and long. There is no need to watch the screen. I'm just doing hip circles. Then I invite you to actually make the hip circles a little bit bigger. So I might even reach my butt all the way to my heels as I make bigger circles, but this is purely optional. If you find that sitting all the way back towards your heels hurts your knees, make it a small, gentle hip circle. Now through the hip circles, can you start to feel any parts of your body that is kind of tender and achy at this point of time? Maybe you might feel this in the shoulders. You might feel this in the hips, the side of the thighs, maybe even your glutes. Keep going. One more time here. Small or big circles. Come back towards the middle. Then from here, stepping onto your palms, lifting your spine off. Hold it there. Now step back into a plank position. Stay in 4, in 3, last 2. One more count. Knees down. Slowly bring the chest down. That's it. Now from here, I'd like you to have your hands, one stacking above the other, forehead on the back of your palms, okay? So we're going to lift the upper body first, elbows, and your head lifts off the mat. Now your forehead is still stuck to the back of the palms, all right? Then lower everything down. Keep going like this. So the idea is to start to use your back muscles to kind of really allow the chest to float off the mat. Keep going. Now, it doesn't matter where you inhale or where you exhale. Find a breath that you can work with that allows you to move a lot more smoothly as you go up and down. That's it. 2 more here. Can you start to feel your back working? Last one, lifting up, hold it there. From here, lift the thighs off the mat, thighs back down. We got 7 more here. I'd like you to move slowly. Then introduce a little bit more of a glute contraction. So squeeze your bum to lift the thighs off the mat. If your knees are starting to bend, keep them straight. So you're pointing your toes towards the back of the mat, squeezing your bum a little tighter so you feel that strength through the lower back as well. That's it. You got 3 more here. Lifting a little higher. So upper body is still away from the mat. Last 2. Nice. Last one, lifting up. Slowly, slowly, everything settles back down. Take a few moments, just rest here. Inhale deeply through your nose, the exhale through the mouth. Feel your belly just pushing against the mat. Breathe. Notice how the ribs opens out laterally to introduce air into your lungs. Then it softens back towards the midline, integrating as you exhale. One more breath here. Now slowly, slowly, come onto your forearm. So you're looking forward. Stay here. Now, if you like to stretch your back a little bit more, fingers pointing 45 degrees to the sharp edge of your mat. Press your palms down. Lift your elbows off. Look forward. That's it. Squeeze your bum. Breathe. Nice. One more breath in here. Elbows back down. Slowly push yourself back up into tabletop position. Then we're going to take it up to a standing again. Okay? So onto your feet, rising all the way up. Stay here on the mat itself. Can you widen the view? Thank you. Nice. Thank you. Okay. Breathing, arms all the way up. Then as you exhale, pressing down in front. That's it. 2 more times. Inhale, reaching way up high. Exhale, pressing arms down. Last one here. Great work. And exhale. Okay. Feet wider than the hips. So now that I'm facing towards you, I will be your mirror image, meaning my right hand, which is what I'm lifting up right now, is going to represent your left. My left hand, which is where I'm raising up right now, is going to represent your right. Okay? Same thing for the legs. And in direction, I might say face to the top of the mat, which is this direction, and to the back of the mat, which is this direction. So just be very mindful of all these landmarks, so that's much easier. The reason why I'm going through all this is because when you work out, try not to keep looking at the screen at what I'm doing, because what I'm doing might not fully represent what you can do or what is good for you, okay? So listen up for the cues. I will give you very clear cues as to which direction to face. Okay, now feet wider than the hips, soften the knees. Can you make sure that your toes are pointing towards the middle toe? All right, so not even towards the big toe because this is collapsing in. I want the knee to open out towards the side. Hold it there, such that you can actually press firmly on the outer edge. Outer edge is the blade of the foot. Okay, hold it here, starting to notice that inner thigh stretch as well. Shoulders descending away from the ears, reaching hands forward. Breathing well. Now, as you inhale, straighten legs, lift your arms up in the star shape. As you exhale, closing arms down, pointing fingers forward. Inhale, expanding like a star. Then as you exhale, keep going. Inhale, arms up, star position. Then exhale. That's it. Breathe. Nice and easy breath. So every time you bend your knees, please make sure you're not pushing your knees forward. All you're doing is to simply allow the knees to bend and point towards the middle toe. Don't go so deep if you feel that this hurts your kneecap. Now, friends who are doing this, I'll show you from side profile. If you're bowing forward by pushing your bum back and kind of hinging through your chest, then refrain from doing so. Imagine you have a wall behind you. So I straighten up. Then I bend down. So sliding my back onto the wall itself. That is the kind of feeling that you should have instead of pushing your bum against the imaginary wall. If that makes sense, okay? Keep going. Trying to explain as clearly as I can. Breathing well. Sometimes it's hard when I don't see anyone because I'm not too sure what you're doing as well. all the way through. You got 2 more times. Breathe. That's it. Once your hands reaches way up high, you're going to find that it introduces a little bit more intensity. Stay down, hold it here. Now from here, check that you're pressing on the outside of the feet. Knees are pointing towards the middle toes. Shoulders melting away from the ears. Then we go for a little bit of squat. Lower, higher, slightly only, okay? Small little ones, so that we can actually control the intensity of your quads really contracting and relaxing slightly as we rise up. Bottom half is what I'm doing. It makes it a lot harder. But if you find that this is too much for you, please take it to a top half like this, okay? So easier option, you go all the way up, then gentle bend, straight up again. There is no need to take a bottom half if you find that it's not possible for you at this point of time, okay? So just do what actually serves you today, not what I'm doing. Not everything is actually beneficial for everyone, okay? Keep going a little bit deeper. That's it. You got 5 more here. Breathing. That's it. Last 4. Great work. And 3. Are you starting to find the heat coming in through into your thighs? Last 2. Nicely done. Last 1. Sink it low. Bring it up. And heel toe, your way in. That's it. Shoulder roll all the way back. Great work. Shoulder roll forward. Nicely done. Okay, have your feet together, thighs together. So squeezing your inner thighs together. Naturally, your knees might actually start to bend slightly already. And that's okay. Keep them slightly bent. Then sink your bum down and back, reaching hands forward. Stay here. I'm going to show you from side profile. As I sink down, my knee, which is where my fingers are on right now, is directly above my toes as much as possible. If it's slightly over, it's still okay, but don't lean the knees forward until you're doing something like that, okay? We'll save it for later, all right? So sinking down, look down. Can you see your toes? If you cannot see your toes, please shift the weight back into your heels just a little bit more, okay? So we're going to go straight down, halfway up. Keep going, squeezing your inner thighs together. That's it. So every time we work into the legs, which is the biggest muscle group in your body, we tend to create a lot more heat. And if you're starting to perspire and sweat, it's a good thing, okay? Gotta keep going, but if there's a sharp pain, I ask that you stop whatever you're doing. Dull, achy sensations are still fine. So lowering your bum down, halfway up, just working into those bigger muscles. Great work. Last 2 here. Sinking low, bring it up. Last 1, sink low, bring it up. And down, hold it there with a smile on your face. Belly in, tail tucking under. In 3, in 2. Last 1, listen, pressing into your left foot. You're going to slowly rise up, picking your right knee in front of your hip. If you need to tap down, go ahead. If not, have the knee in front of the hip, hands onto your pelvic bones, which is the pointy bone here. Okay? From here, you're going to open the knee towards the right, come back in towards the middle. And that's it. Shoulders melting away from the ears. Hips still facing forward instead of turning towards the right side as your knee opens. So if you find that opening the knee a little too wide makes you turn your hips like that, then can you make sure the movement is a little bit smaller? Just go to where you can at your maximum without having to turn the hips towards the side. And that's it. If you find that balance is a challenge, option 1, you can lower the toes down, then drag it towards the side, come back in. So it's exactly the same movement, only that you're dragging your toes on the ground. If this still does not work for you, please bring a chair right in front of you. The back of the chair faces towards you. Hold on to the back end. Then starting to just move your right knee towards the side. The knee doesn't have to come up too high. It can be slightly lower. Okay? You got 3 more here. That's it. Starting to feel that thigh bone moving through the hip socket. Last 2. Great work. Last 1 here. Taking it to the side, hold it there. Now tap the toes down diagonally towards your right, then cactus your right hand. Now if you need a little bit more support, left hand can hold on to the chair beside you. You can even place your left hand on a wall if you have a wall to support you. Okay? If not, fingers on your hips. This time, right knee, right elbow moves towards each other. They don't have to touch. Then back down again. Yeah? So friends who want to work quite hard today, this is your option. Touch the knee and elbow, then float the leg down, but don't touch the ground. Okay? So this is the hardest option. Slightly easier, tap the toes down. Just move the knee and elbow closer to each other. And of course, your left hand can hold on to anything, whether it's the wall or a chair itself. Please don't dump your weight onto a chair, especially if your chair has wheels underneath or is quite slippery. If not, you fall with the chair. That's not what I want as well. So starting to use that core to just hold you upright. You got 2 more here. That's it. Nice. Last one, lifting up, hold it there. Stay there for 4, for 3, for 2. Listen carefully. If you can, start to bring the knee to the front. Then curl your heel to your bum, okay? The same hand reaches back, holding on to the outer edge of the foot. I'm going to turn side down to show you exactly what I'm doing. So from side on, this is what you're doing. Coming into a quad stretch, pull the thigh back. So the thigh is beside the standing leg. Hold it there. Can we start to stand a little taller instead of dumping your weight onto that standing leg? Okay, so lifting up nice and tall, pushing into the left foot. Breathe well. In 3, in 2, last one, slowly release. We're going to do exactly the same thing on the other side, all right? So shifting your weight onto your left foot, your right foot actually, lifting the knee up. That's it. Good work. Now taking the left knee towards the side, come back in. Great work. Keep going like this. Same concept. The hips does not turn towards the left. So I want you to only allow the knee to move to the left to any degree that still keeps you really, really settled and anchored in your hips. Nothing here moves, not even 1 degree to the left. So you might have to take that movement a little smaller, the range a little smaller, to create that sense of balance, that steadiness in the hips. And of course, if you need to, you can always drag the toes on the ground or have your hands on the back of a chair, then allow the knee to be up at any degree, just moving. So if you don't have control through the hips or the muscles in your inner thighs, the outer thighs, the glutes, you'll find that you're going to be doing this, just rocking mindlessly. And if that's what you're doing, get back in. Please don't focus on anything else. Don't allow any other things to distract you. Go slow. Some of you might be going way too fast. Last 2 here, open up towards the left. Come back in. 1 more time. Open to the left, hold it there. Tap the toes down. Now, left hand, cactus. Right hand can be on the chair, can be on the wall, can be on your hips. Ready? Left elbow, left knee. Coming closer towards each other, then tapping down. That's option 1. Friends, regulars, please go to option 2 if you wish. Touching, then halfway down. If you choose to make this a pretty tough class for you this Sunday. All the way, that's it. Keep going. Are you still breathing in a very nice rhythmic manner? Just elbow and knee to touch, releasing, that's it. Last 3, great work. Last 2. Now, last 1, hold it there, breathe. Now slowly take the knee in front of the hips, curl your heel back. Same hand grabbing onto the outer edge of your foot, just pulling the thigh backwards, just noticing how your right ankle is just struggling in that sense to keep your balance, and that's also just allowing that core and also the ankle muscles to get a little stronger, a little bit more stable. One more breath in here. Then slowly release. Great work. Shake it out. Good job. Now last one with the standing Pilates move itself. You want to take your feet a little wider than your hips, okay? Now you're going to sink down, hands floating forward gently. Doesn't have to be super straight. Lift the heels up. This is optional. Heels down, rise up. So 4 movement. 4, 3, 2, rise up. So remember, when you bend your knees pointing 45 degrees towards the middle toe, lift the heels up to any degree, press the heels down, stand up tall. So down, lift the heels up, heels down, standing up tall. Keep going like this. If you don't like lifting the heels because that makes you feel certain kind of a sharp pain in your ankle or your feet, then take away the heel lift, just stay down, okay? So you might just come down, then gently up, just like this, okay? If not, keep going with me. Heels up, bring it down. That's it. You got 3 more here. Nice. Last 2, sinking low. Great work. Last one, sink low, heels up. Bring it down, stay here. Listen, right heel up. That's it. Hold it here, shoulders away from the ears. Lean your spine backwards onto an imaginary wall. Watch your left knees pointing in line with the middle toe. Then we're going to go for small little pulses. This is optional, by the way, the heel lift. If you don't like it, heel can come down. Okay? Let's go for pulses. 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, hold it down, heel down, rest if you need to. If not, stay down, left heel up. Ready? Pulses time, pulsing 15, 14, watch your right knee pointing in line with the toes. That's it, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, last one, heels down, rise all the way up. Now let's step towards the back of the mat. Get ready for 3 Pilates roll down. Okay, don't need to touch the ground just yet. On the first 2, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, palms pressing energetically down in front of you. Simple roll downs, chin towards chest. Keep breathing, soften the knees if you need to. Allow the crown of the head to point down towards the ground. Then slowly rise up. So allowing the lower spine, mid-spine, upper spine, back of the skull to come back up. Second round, inhale, arms up. Exhale, press down. Take an inhale here. The exhale, chin towards chest. Just allowing the spine to peel off the imaginary wall. Just allowing the crown of the head to point down. That's it. Slowly stacking the spine up, bone by bone. Great. One last time. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, pressing palms down. Take an inhale again. Then the exhale, chin towards chest. Peel your spine off. This time, you're going to soften your knees generously, okay? Then you're going to plunge your palms down onto the ground. Walk your hands forward into a plank position. We're going to be doing everything onto the mat this time round, okay? So stay in a plank position, puffing the shoulders, sending your heart away from the mat. Again, imagining there's a candle right underneath the heart space, and you don't want to get burned if you get too low, okay? 4 more counts. Last 3, squeeze the bum. Last 2, heels above the ball of the feet. Last 1, knees down, untuck the toes, which means this. This is tuck, this is untuck, okay? Then push back into child's pose. In a child's pose, walk your hands to your right side bending. That's it. So you might even want to walk your hands outside the mat, resting your ribs on your right thigh. If you want to feel a little bit more, left hand can be on the right palm. There is no need to look at me. Everything is actually given in cues, so listen up for the cues instead. Because if you're in child's pose and you're looking up at the screen, then quite likely you are already compressing in the back of the neck. Walk your hands towards the middle as you inhale. Then the exhale to take you onto the other side. Okay. Same thing, optional, right palm on top of left palm, just allowing that right rib to just stretch open, fan open. One more breath in here, and slowly come back towards the middle. This time, take yourself back up into tabletop. Now, right leg, you're going to lift that knee off. You're going to step the foot in between the palms. All right? Now, stay here. If you like to, grab onto blocks. If you don't have blocks, remember, you can use the substitute of thick books or even the water bottles that I was talking about at the beginning of the class as a substitute. If not, hands, just framing the right foot. Now, wiggle the left knee backwards so that the left knee is not sitting underneath the left hip. What I mean is this. If you're here, yeah, can you wiggle the left knee back so that the left knee is behind the hips? All right? Now, right foot, can you step it maybe 2 inches forward? So wiggle the right foot forward 2 inches. Okay, this is what I'm doing. Then I'm going to slowly straighten the right leg by walking the hands back with or without the block. So you might actually be able to straighten the leg. Then re-bend the knee again. That's it. So slowly just coaxing the back of the right thigh to just give you a little bit more space. Now, I used to really not like this stretch because that pain that comes along with that stretch. Oh boy, it wasn't very pleasant. But then I started to notice that the more I do it, the more flexible I become. Now, flexibility is great because that means that you have a little bit more space in your body to actually find that strength to lengthen the muscles. And lengthen muscles, they actually have less risk of getting injured. Yeah, and you also can actually feel that sense of spaciousness in the body, which is a very awesome sensation. So I invite you to just hang in there. Even though it might be a little bit uncomfortable, just keep going, okay? And the next time you straighten the right leg, you want to stay there, you want to hold it there. Now notice how my spine is relatively straight instead of rounded. If you're doing this and this is your best, try this. Using the block, you can always prop yourself up, okay? I do actually encourage everyone at home, if you do want to do something good for your body, stretches are really something that should be done on a daily basis. Invest in blocks. They're not expensive at all. And they help so much in being able to get you into stance or poses that is quite good for your body. So flex the toes up towards your forehead. So I'm just showing the easiest option in terms of creating space. But of course, friends who are fairly flexible, you can still keep your spine quite long and have your fingers down. Okay? So again, this is completely up to you. So level 3, level 2, some of you might even just need a little bit of help. So level 1 might be a good idea as well. You decide, yeah? Just one more breath in here. Come back forward. Now this time round, release the blocks. Palms down. Now, I'd like you to shift the weight forward. Okay, so you're over the right foot. Left palm pressing down, right hand reaches up. Starting to just allow the right shoulder to move over the left shoulder. Maybe reaching your right fingers back. Then one big circle down towards the ground, reaching all the way up again to the back. Circle down. Now once more, if you have any injuries in your shoulder, you can move through your elbow. So you can actually do this as well. This might make it a little bit more accessible, a little easier on the shoulder joint, especially if you do have an injury there. Okay, one more time. Palm down. That's it. Now press the palms down. You're going to step back into a plank position, then knees down. Tabletop position, left knee off the mat. Step the left foot in between the palms. Same thing, right knee wiggles back. Left foot wiggle forward so that the right knee is behind the hip, so it's not directly underneath the right hip. Using blocks to kind of prop you up or not. Stay here. Then slowly walk the hands or block back, straighten the left leg. Keep going just a few times. Now, if you cannot straighten the left leg, you can just keep it slightly straight like this, okay? Then walk it back again. Don't force your body to move into a stance that is not prepared for. Just slowly, just move along until you feel that it is quite okay to lengthen through the back of the thigh. I'm kind of enjoying that. that discomfort that comes with stretches these days. It's a little sadistic, right? But you know what? It's quite similar to having a massage. When you have that masseuse pressing into that point that hurts, it's quite uncomfortable, but at the same time, also quite pleasurable, I guess. So find that balance, I would say, to take you through into a workout that gives you the same benefits, and you want to enjoy it instead of not, well, I would say dislike it because of the pain factor. Keep going, keep going. At the end of the day, be grateful that you can feel whether it's pain or not. One more time. We're going to walk the hands back, straighten the left leg, stay here, flex the toes up towards your forehead. Remember, lengthen the spine instead of rounding. So almost like you're trying to kiss your big toe. Stay there for 4. That's it. 3. Last 2. One more breath here. Come back towards the front. Release the blocks if you're using them. Right palm flat down onto the mat. Just shift the weight forward over your left foot. Then the left hand reaches up. Now we're trying to stack the left shoulder over the right. Then reach the left fingers to the back of the mat. Sweep the hands downwards. Reaching back up again. Big circle. Now once more, if this side of your shoulder has an injury or you are actually finding it hard to move the left shoulder, please just move into your elbow instead, okay? So the elbow can actually be the one that's moving. Maybe a smaller circle if that's what you prefer, but getting that movement into that shoulder joint. Last one here, reaching way up high, reaching back, then hands down. Okay, step back into plank, knees down, push back. We're going to lay ourselves down into ab work. Yeah, so just have your feet towards the top of the mat, head towards the back of the mat. Just lay yourself down. Hold it here. So we're coming into a supine position. I'm just going to take the blocks away so that you can actually see what I'm doing. Hands behind your head, just to support the weight of your head. Then slowly curling up, uncurling yourself down. So when it comes to Pilates crunches, the idea is to kind of peel that upper spine off the mat, bone by bone. So lifting up, just imagining that every pearl in a I would say a necklace of pearls, every single pearl represents that spine bone. Then just lifting it off a tabletop perhaps. Keep going, sequentially lifting upper, neck. That's it. Last 2, curling up, uncurling yourself. This is your last one. Curling up, stay here. Breathe well. Right leg up to tabletop, left leg up to tabletop. From here, you can tap your right toes down, bring it back up again. Keep going like this. Then left leg taps down, bring it back up. Right toes tap down, bring it back up. So you want to notice that my knees, when they come backwards, it just stops right above the hips instead of coming too close to the chest. Shoulders a little higher. And you might be feeling quite a bit by now. Now, if you're not feeling anything, I have a sneaky suspicion, I would say, that you might be doing this. Watch me, okay? Try not to do this. This is curling the heel to your bum. So easy, right? I don't want to see that. I want to see the thigh moving away from you, then coming back in. There is a 90-degree bend behind your kneecap. So don't curl your heel in towards your bum in order to touch the ground that's close to your bum. In fact, I want the toes to move a little bit further away from you to touch the mat. Now, touching the mat is not compulsory. You can actually just come down halfway, then bring it back. That is going to make it just slightly less intense, but you're still working. Friends who want to have a stronger class, straighten the legs, lower down, bring it back up again. That's it. Keep going like this. Straighten the leg, lower it back down, bring it back up. Nice. Great work. You have just one more set here, one right, one left. That's it. Okay, from here, right foot down, left foot down, rest. So last week we did Pilates 100s. We're going to do exactly the same thing again to work into the abdominals. Just be mindful. If the back of the neck really hurts with Pilates 100s, please don't go unsupported. You can always have one hand supporting you or even both hands and just stay there in a crunch position. Okay, now here are a few things I want you to try. Reach your hands forward towards your feet. Okay, now straighten your arms so it's like you're trying to melt the shoulders away from your ears, reaching towards your heels. Then we're going to do very small movements like that. Notice it's not this. Okay, it's really small, and this is going to mimic your breath. So it will be a in, out, 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 out. So 5 breath in, 5 breath out. The in breath is through your nose, so you're literally going sniff, sniff. So you go. Then the out breath through your mouth, you're going to forcefully exhale. Okay, so let's try that together without the head lifting up first. Just reach your fingers towards your heels. Ready? You go in. Sniff, 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 sniff. Blow, 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 blow. One more. In. Out, 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 out. Release. Okay, you ready to take it to the shoulder lift? Hands behind the head first. I want you to curl yourself up. Maybe reach right hand over. Listen. Right hand back in again. Left fingers reaching out. Does this feel okay? If this feels okay, then try both hands. Does this truly feel okay? Okay? Don't just do it because everyone else is, or if this is actually what you have in mind of Pilates 100s. Have one hand behind. If the back of your neck hurts, lower everything down. Okay, team, you ready? Here comes the real thing. Feet flat onto the mat. Ready? Let's lift yourself up. Then either with one hand behind the head or not. Okay? Let's go. In. Second set, we got 6 sets, all right? In. Friends, while holding the back of your head, change hand. In. Release. Well done. So if you tried the unsupported version and you realize that, oh my goodness, there's so much tension in the back of your neck, then please, for the next one, I'd like you to have one hand holding on to the back of the head just for that gentle support, okay? So please always work within what serves you. It's not about what you think a Pilates 100 should look like. Let's come onto tiptoes. This is optional. This is going to increase the intensity. Now, friends who prefer to take it up into tabletop position, go ahead, take your legs up into tabletop position. Okay? Now, hands behind the head first. Curl yourself up to your highest. So you literally want to lift your shoulders up and over. Look at your belly button. Reach your hands forward. All right? 6 sets again. One hand behind or not. I'm going to join those with one hand behind. Let's go. Sniff, 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 sniff. In. Change sides. Go. In. Breathe. Last one. Hands behind, right foot down, left foot down, and rest. Pilates 100 is truly one of those, I would say, workout that really works into your abs, your core. So you should have felt that, okay? Now, this time around, hands by the side, it's time to just relax the body and just to cool it off in the final 9 to 10 minutes, okay? So starting to just allow your spine to come into the most constructive rest position. If your hair tie is in the way and giving you a bit of a pain behind the head, please make sure you take away that hair tie, okay? Hands by the side, just close your eyes, allow your knees to bend, feet hip-width apart. Just breathe here. The inhale through your nose, the exhale, sigh out. One more breath in here, inhale, then exhale. Okay, from here, hug the right knee in towards your chest first. Okay, now starting to just feel into this nice stretch where you bring your right thigh towards your right ribs. So there's a slight stretch in your glutes. You may not feel it, especially if you're very used to doing this. But I want you to gently take your right heel on your left knee to a figure of 4. Now, allow your thigh to move away from you. Do you see that? So my right knee, watch that. You're going to push it away using your thigh muscle. So you're trying to kind of externally rotate through the right thigh bone. Stay here, just feel. And when you're ready, right hand reaches in between the thighs, grabbing onto the back of your left thigh, coming into a nice figure of 4 stretch. So this is the option that you can take to replace a pigeon pose. I'm not too sure if you were with me last week, but we did a stretch in pigeon pose where your right knee was in front of you underneath and you stretched out your left leg. Okay, if you're not too sure what that is, you can always revisit last week's video. So flexing the top foot if you wish. Now, still keeping a figure of 4, step the left foot down. Listen carefully, widen your arms first. Now, left foot 1 step to the left. Left foot 1 step to the left. Then drop both knees towards your right. Right ankle weighing left knee down. Just allowing this very gentle supine twist. If the right ankle on left knee hurts you, you can always leave it down onto the mat. We're going to be here for just about 60 seconds. Maybe close your eyes. Just feel into the rise and the fall of your belly. Just starting to notice again the quality and the texture of your breath. Just about 20 seconds here. Collectively as a class, a deep, deep breath in through your nose. Open your mouth, sigh out. Slowly unhook that right heel on that left kneecap. Step it down, knees back up again. Now, we're going to windshield wiper the knees, right, left first, just a couple of times. Then coming back into stillness. This time, hug the left knee in towards your chest. That's it. So from here, we're going to repeat exactly the same thing. Figure of 4, left heel, right kneecap. And allow the left knee to push away. Draw the left knee away from your body. Then when you're ready, left hand through that gap between the thighs, just interlacing fingers behind the right thigh. Maybe flex the left foot. That's it. Shoulders away from the ears. So stretches, as much as you may not like that stillness, it does take a while for muscles to lengthen, so don't be hasty to get out of the stretch. Every single time, I would say every single second that you spend on just remaining in that posture, to stretch, truly helps you to work a lot deeper into the inner muscles. Still keeping that figure of 4, step the right foot down. Widen your arms, step the right foot 1 step to the right, just like this. Then drop both knees towards your left. So left ankle, weighing the right kneecap down, supine twist again. 60 seconds here, just breathe. If your shoulders are creeping up towards your ears, I ask that you melt them away from your ears. Final 10 seconds or so, collectively as a class, and inhale through your nose. Please take a deep one, so it moves all the way into the bottom parts of your lungs. And open your mouth to exhale, sigh out. Unhook that heel on that right knee. Step your feet down. Allow yourself to windshield wiper your knees right, left, just a couple of times. And when you're ready, hug both knees in towards your chest. Step both feet onto the ground, but close to your bum. A counter stretch, hands by the side. Lift your hips all the way up. That's it. The melting upper spine, mid-spine, lower spine, tailbone. Let's do it again. Lifting, tailbone, lower spine, mid-spine, upper spine. Then melting everything down again. That's it. One more time here, okay? So you're going to slowly lift the hips up, just bone by bone. Take your time. Lifting way up high. Squeezing your bum, magnetizing your inner thighs towards each other, pressing into the inside of your feet. Then melt the spine down, bone by bone. Great work. Hug your knees in, hold on to your shin. Lift the head up, then rock forward and back just a few times. Increasing the momentum, and then sit all the way up. Great work. We come into a cross-legged position for the last 2 minutes. Just coming into a nice seated position, breathing well. Okay, inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, take a twist towards your right. Starting to use your left fingers to hook on the outer right thigh. Right fingers behind you, propping yourself a little taller as you inhale. And the exhale to spiral your chest more towards your right. As you inhale, face forward, both arms up. Then as you exhale, twist and face towards your left. That's it. So fingers again, grabbing on to the outer left thigh. Left hand behind you to prop yourself a little taller. Facing forward, 3 breaths, we're done, okay? Inhale, sweep the arms up. Exhale, release. Last 2, inhale. Exhale, release. This is your last breath in here. Inhale deeply, reaching up high. Just reaching. And as you exhale, a big sigh out through your mouth. Hands onto your thighs. Thank you so much for joining me on this Sunday class itself. I hope you enjoyed the class and I hope that you have been benefiting from the weeks of workout. Please be consistent, and if you actually set that consistency and every week to set that time aside to work out, you start to realize that you can't do without it. And that's a good habit to create. So again, thank you for joining me, and I hope to see you next week on Sunday at 11 a.m. See you then. Thank you for joining me.